Hello, hello. All right, just seeing if everybody's on the webinar here. Okay, we'll get started here in about a minute or so. Everybody hear me just fine? Check, check. 1, 2. Yep, we're good. Looks like. Okay, well, I want to get started on time, so let's kick this off. Awesome. Good to see you. My name is Eddie Hill with lawyeradagency.com. Now that's a DBA. Our business is actually called Prosperous IM Inc. If you want to do some research on us, please do. We're very proud of our company. We've been growing dramatically the last few years, about 1,000% each year. And we plan on doing that again this year and next year. So we love the lawyer niche. That's why we work in all niches. We have, of course, lawyers, but we have a ton of plumbers and HVAC and chiropractors and dentists, and we so happens to have we have a lot of award shops and like flower shops and daycares and believe it or not, funeral homes. So we've got a little bit of everything. We love them. We love them all. But one of my favorite niches in the whole world is lawyers. A couple reasons for that, and I'm just being blatantly blunt, because one, they get marketing, or at least they understand they need to be doing marketing. Not everybody thinks that way. So it's part of the line item budget is marketing budget, and if they want to grow their practice, now some practices, obviously some niches, they don't they just get business no matter what from referrals, but most of the time criminal or personal injury or even bankruptcy lawyers, they need leads, they need more leads, so they get the marketing side of it. So that's the first reason why I love working with lawyers. Number two is, again, just wearing everything on my sleeve here and being blatantly honest, and I mean this in the nicest possible way. Most of them have been screwed over some way or another, and I'm saying that nicely. So when I reverse engineer their marketing and what they're doing, they're just getting taken advantage of. It may be ill to my stomach, truly, because one of my first clients is a friend of mine, and when I see what was happening to him and his practice, and they have a very large practice, I didn't want to tell him. I honestly didn't, because he's like, "How bad is it?" I'm like, "Well." It was like, to me, I would, like, as being a lawyer, I'd probably sue them, because they weren't delivering anything worth anywhere near of value for what they were paying. Not even close, because they weren't really doing anything. The hosting fee just to host a website came out to about $3,000 a month. It was an ongoing thing, but of course, he wasn't taking advantage of it. Now, to be fair, these are real companies, and they actually give you value if you take advantage of it. But most lawyers are not taking advantage of this kind of stuff. So they weren't taking doing the free the blog a month. They were not updating the websites. They weren't doing any of the stuff that costs extra money. So truly, it was coming out to about $2,000 to $3,000 a month in hosting for literally doing nothing, not changing the website at all, or taking advantage of the other stuff. So now that I've said that, I'm getting over that, and I'm going to put my happy smiley face on. That's why I love working with lawyers, because when they get it too, they've probably been screwed over. So we can deliver results for them for half the cost, or even same cost, 3 times the results. No problem. I'll take that bet any day. In fact, I guarantee it, and we'll talk about that later. So, but forget me, forget you, for all this stuff. Give me the next 25, 35 minutes. I'm going to literally show you how to grow your practice for free. For free. I'm just going to give this to you. And I'm going to, again, I'm a guy that wears everything on my sleeve. The reason for my doing this, my motive, is there's a pretty good chance. Now, I don't know what percentage it is, but a good chance of you will do some of this. But then what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated. It's not going to grow as fast as you want. And you're going to go, you know what? I'm just going to pay them to do it. And I'm banking on that maybe 1 out of 50 or 1 out of 100 of you will go, hey, I don't want to do it. You do it for me. And you maximize my marketing, because you know what you do. There's no learning curve. But I'm going to give you the keys of the kingdom. So I'm actually not going to hold back. So it's we'll work together. Okay, so who are we? Well, and why should you watch this? And what's my motive? I already kind of told you my motive, but let me tell you about us. So we were founded in 2011. Again, we're Prosperous IM Inc., or Prosperous Internet Marketing Inc. But we do a DBA called Lawyer Ad Agency, because we are going after that niche very heavy, because we love them. We're A+ accredited Better Business Bureau. In fact, I serve on the board of the Southeast Better Business Bureau. I believe in it so much. I believe in ethics in business, as well as, of course, the reviews and online the way they're doing things. We're a certified Google partner, which this is where you get all those crazy phone calls. People are saying that they're partners with Google or they work for Google. Well, it's not as easy as you think to become a certified partner, especially with all the accreditations we have. But we are, and you can look that up underneath the Google partner thing, and we're one of the larger ones in the nation. Of course, we also digital marketer certified partners. This is a international third party certification programs that we put all of our employees through. We have 22, 23 employees. You'll see here in a second, and we allow them. I don't force them, but we allow them to take these accreditations on company time, and we pay for them to learn about what they do. And it's very good, and it's a good national thing that we do. So, all right, here's who we are. Here's me right here. That's my lovely bride. Very proud. 20-year anniversary coming up next month. There's my kids when they're a lot younger. Here's where they look older now. My son's actually 6 foot tall, and my daughter's 18, so that was even older. There's my pride and joy. She loves me, and that's my white German Shepherd. Yes, she's full-blood German Shepherd, and she's the love of our household. I'm pretty sure the kids like her better than me. This is me. I love Rotary. I have the best title, a past president of my Rotary Club. Been involved for about 8 or 9 years and done some fantastic things with them. Real proud of that service. Of course, I like to scuba dive. This is me teaching a leadership camp through Rotary. It's called RILA. And I do it every year for 10th graders, and that's one of the things that are near and dear to my heart. This is one of my favorite positions on the balcony of the condo. This is me in my backyard, another good position. I don't have a chance to do that a lot, but when I do enjoy it. And then there's my pride joy again. Her name is Nikki. She's driving, I think, there. Oh, there she is. Happy birthday. There's my lovely daughter. There's my son. Okay, enough of that. Here's my CFO. This is my partner, Jeff, and his beautiful bride, Gail. We've been together since 2011, and basically he is the nuts and bolts. I'm the big dreamer. I'm the sales guy. I'm the one that knows how to do the details, but I hate doing them. So he does the details. He's a checklist kind of guy. All T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and then some. This is his lovely family at Christmas, and this is us on Happy Bosses Day when our employees gave us an award. So this is our project manager. This is our APAR HR manager, and you'll know about them. Now look at this picture right here. We're going to come back to this. That's me and Warren, my project manager. And well, let me tell you about him here in a second. But those shirts, well, let me go back. So remember those shirts. So these are account representatives. We got a bunch of them. We got a couple more now too, and we continue to grow because we need people that are in contact. Account representatives are the ones that give you the reports. They're the ones that, if you have requests, they do the help desk system. We have a full-blown help desk system. And that's for my full stack developer. He developed that. And then my IT engineer. We got web designers and other web developers and all kinds of other people, social media, SEO, reputation, pay-per-click, and on content writers. We got quite a few more content writers now because it's part of the deal. Okay, so I just wanted you, why did I do that? Okay, so I'm actually going to teach you what I'm teaching you because I'm doing it to you. I showed you all that. And wearing it on the sleeve is because I think you need to do the same thing. I believe people do business with people they know, like, and trust. We're going to talk about this for the next 20-some minutes. And if that's true, which it is, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Your job is to grow your circle of influence, right? People you know, get them to like you more, get them to trust you more. And so what I just did, I gave you a bunch of junk in what, a minute and a half. I don't think it's junk. I mean, I showed you that we're real. We're real people behind the scenes. We're real people that you can contact and call. We're not machines. We're not the myth. We're not the big corporation. We are not a gigantic agency, $100 million agency where we're not in touch with our clients. We are very much involved with our clients daily. And of course, you can call us at any time, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Central Time. But we're here to help you. So that's what I was doing. I'm trying to get you to like me more because I'm in Rotary. Maybe we can connect on that. Of course, I have a dog. A lot of people can connect on that. And then I wanted you to see my employees and how awesome they are. And then maybe we can connect on that. So you get what I'm going on here? You can do the same thing, and you need to do the same thing when you're marketing, online marketing and offline marketing. You get more people to know you, more people to like you, more people to trust you. Okay, to be successful, there's 3 pillars of success in any forms of life, whether it's athletics or business or just personal life. And I believe this to be true, and nobody's able to prove me wrong on this. And here's why. Number 1, to be successful, you have to have the right mindset. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to get you in the right mindset. 30,000 foot view. take a look at everything. You're going to step back and go, yep, I need to do this. This makes a lot of sense. This is why I want to do it. So 30,000 foot view. But then secondly, you got to have skill set. This is part two, skill sets in the trenches, right? Day to day, task to task. What do I do? What's my checklist? What's the skills that I need to do to grow my practice, to grow my law firm? Specifically, step one, step two. I want to know that. And I'm going to give you that on this webinar as well. So we'll get the mindset, we'll get the skill set. And there's only one thing missing after that. And that's called get off your asset. That means you have to actually take action. You need to implement. You need to commit. You need to put things on your checklist and actually do them. And most of you guys are probably people that are doers, and that's why I enjoy teaching this to you, because some of you will definitely implement these things. So let's make a deal. So if you see value in anything that I'm going to show you here, and you're convinced that it will help you grow your practice, I want you to do one of three things. I want you to implement it yourself, or get someone on your staff to implement it for you, or cousin, nephew, niece, something like that. Or hire an agency. I don't care if it's me. It could be somebody else, but hire an agency to implement, because I promise you these tactics, these finite skills that you can implement will grow your practice. You know why I know this? Because we are 100% successful. Everybody we work with, and I'll give you hundreds and hundreds of phone numbers you can call of our clients that's been successful. And here's why I can say that. Truth is, I've turned down many clients because I know we can't be successful. It's easy to reverse engineer it nowadays. If we can't be successful, I'm just going to flat out tell you, you know what? We can't do it. We can't win. It's a mathematical formula online marketing in general. And if your competitors are that far ahead of you, and it may take 3 years to build that kind of math, then I'm going to say we can't do it. But if it's 6 months, 8 months, you and I will talk about it. We'll grow on the way, and we'll make it happen. And so that's why I can tell you that we're 100% successful, is because we're kind of picky on who we work with. So there you go. All right, so people do business with people they know, like, and trust. We talked about this. So let's get into the first one. Is probably the most important out of all of them. What's your job duty? What's your job title? That's a good question. Let's ask that. So I know some of you, and just like me, we're the chief cook, bottle washer. We, clean the toilets, those kind of things. And I mean, it's just part of the deal of being a business owner. We have to hire. We're the ones doing interviews. We're the ones doing reviews. We're the ones meeting with clients. Yes, sometimes we have to do our marketing and all those kind of things. We have to pay the bills. So if we're small and young and we're growing, we don't have people to fill in those jobs. But even if we do, and we have a big firm or big practice, I still believe it's our job as business owners, or at least executives or managers, to be marketers. I know this. I mean, I can tell you because billionaires believe that as well. This guy named Elon Musk, you probably heard of him. He put a car in outer space. That is a marketing move. Now, he's an engineer by trade. He's a total geek dork, which, love him, which is awesome. But he knows that his number one job, his hat, is as a marketer, because that's where he will excel and grow the business the most, is as a marketer. Not as an engineer anymore. He's got people to do that. His job is to make sure the business is growing and marketing. You should be doing the same thing. Okay, so let's start with trust. I start with trust because everything else will fall apart. I mean, literally, if you don't have trust first. So you won't get more people to know you, or you'll get them to know you, but they certainly won't like you because they don't trust you. So we're going to start with the trust part. People do business with people they trust. So here's a game changer. Nowadays, online, and you know this, if you type in any company name plus the city, and you're going to reveal the company's reputation. So, for instance, if I type in personal injury lawyer, Panama City, Florida, there's something's going to happen, right? So we're going to have something pop up, and it's not going to be just Google. Yes, Google will have your reviews there, but it's going to be Facebook's reviews are going to be there, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Merchant Circle, Manta, Avo. All those will show up if I type in your name and the city. So it's very important what your reputation is online. It may not represent you as what your reputation is offline, right? So here's a big thing for Bright Local. I'm going to give you some stats just to help you with this. So they asked, do you read online reviews to determine whether a local business is good or bad? Yes, regularly. Yes, occasionally, or no. So if you add those up in 2016, that is a 91% absolutely read local reviews to determine whether or not a business is good or bad. This includes lawyers and law practices. I'll show you that here in a second. How do online customer reviews influence your decisions? Well, again, you got to add those up. Positive customer reviews make me more likely to do business with that local business. Negative reviews make me not want to choose that local business, which we'll talk about that. And then I tend to select a local business based on other factors, yada, yada, yada. But it's still very important. And here's a writer downer, or here's a game changer. This is something, all these things I've said so far doesn't make any sense. This should make sense. Do you trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation? It means a friend or family member tells you. So if I say, hey, go see the new Incredibles 2. It's awesome. You got to go check it out. You know, it's cool. And you're one of my best friends, and you and I have similar tastes. You're going to trust that recommendation, right? Because, you know, we're friends, and I recommended it. Well, 84% trust an online review as much as that friend or family member. 84%. So the reason why you want to get reviews and get your reputation going online is for that very reason. This is kind of small. Hopefully you can see it. So if the Pittman firm's on this webinar, I apologize. I can help you, by the way. He's got a 3.2 reputation, which in lawyer terms is like an F, or like, well, okay, D minus. Which is not a big deal. Now I'm telling you, the guy's probably great, but because he only has 6 reviews, and maybe 2 of them are bad, so now you got to go from a 5 stars to a 3.2. That stinks. And I promise you. Now here's the thing you got to look at. He's letter A in the maps. Letter A. So that means when somebody Google, he got there. It's not easy to do. It's not, especially in that keyword term, personal injury lawyer. It's not easy to get to letter A. And I promise you, he's not going to be there very long, because his reviews is part of the algorithm of why you rank there. But right now he's ranking letter A, because what happens? Nobody's calling him. Nobody's clicking on his website. They're skipping him. Because visualize it on a phone. Most of these are going to be on a phone, right? On their cell phone. And they're going to skip him and call that Perry Young because he's got a 4.1. Or some, because the reputation is more important to him, like my wife, and they're called sheeple. People will follow other people, what they do. And so they trust these recommendations. He has a 4.4. And that Dykes guy and Seifert Dykes and Fur guy, those guys will get the call. Because it's probably more real. They have 22 reviews, and we trust that more often. Get it? Got it. Good. I hope you understand this. So how do you get prospects to trust you? So for real and online. So of course, referrals, repeat customers, those kind of things. That's a great way for them to trust you, because they've done business with you before. They know how you work, and they know that you do a good job. Well, offline factors matters a lot too, right? You're building some of your other advertising reputation, but of course online matters dramatically as well. So we'll talk about mostly online here. I just don't want to leave out the other ones, so you understand that it's like not all inclusive. Online is very important though. Your reputation is everything. Online marketing has changed. The game has completely changed. So let's talk about some things that your competitors don't know about. So remember I told you the game changer number 1 is when people search this one. I searched personal injury lawyer Portland. They're looking at those reviews. So if you see the second one down, he's got a 2.7. He is probably not getting any calls, and he probably can't figure out why. Right? So he may be a great guy, maybe a great firm, just one guy, real mad guy out of 7 reviews. It probably just takes 1, maybe 2, and it destroys your reputation. But look at the law office of John Friedman. He's got 37 reviews. He's doing it on purpose. He's hired somebody like me, or he gets it. He's doing it, and he's getting a ton of calls, because guess what? That keyword probably gets him somewhere between 50 and 100 calls a month in Portland. I guarantee you that. So that's where you want to be. Good. Bad. Okay, so the top review sites. Now, of course, in order, I would do, Google Maps is the 800-pound gorilla. We'll talk about that here in a second. But Facebook is a close number 2. So you want to make sure that your Facebook reviews represent it. And they're easier. It's much easier to leave a review on Facebook. However, it's much harder to hide on Facebook, meaning if somebody leaves a bad review, you know who it is, and you can actually go talk to them, which you should do, and get that thing removed or get it changed, right? Then down, I love Avo, but the problem, Avo does show up in the searches. It's just, it's cumbersome. A lot of people focus only on Avo, which I don't recommend doing. Take those reviews and also put them on Google. Make sure that they're leaving a review on Google as well. And then Yelp. Yelp is always great. Yelp definitely has a trust factor. People know that the reviews on Yelp cannot be faked. And then down the line, these other ones. Okay, so build your 5-star reputation on purpose. How do you do that? So number 1, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit is, let me give you the terms of service. Now, I'm not a lawyer. Don't pretend to play one on TV either. And I'm definitely not your counselor or whatever. But here's the deal. Read the terms of service on Google. You are not allowed to review your own company. However, your employees and your family members can. Now they can't lie, of course. We're not. I mean, nobody should ever lie on a review. But they can say, "Hey, I've been working with Mark for 15 years. I serve on a board with him. He's fantastic. I highly trust him, and I strongly recommend you use him for your criminal defense or something like that." That's not a lie, and I can leave that review. I have every right to leave that review because I've known you for 15 years, and I didn't say anything that I used your services. If I didn't use your services, don't say that. But I can definitely leave a review about your integrity, right? So same thing with your employees. Now be careful in case you have a disgruntled employee that leaves, but they can leave a review. I've been working here for 5 years. Truly amazing what we can do for our clients. And Mr. Smith definitely cares for his clients, and I strongly recommend this company. You can do that all day long. And guess what? Remember, you just saw it. We're not looking for 50 reviews. We're looking for 5 or maybe 7, or whatever. By the end of the year, get 10 more and 5-star reviews on purpose, and that'll bring up your reputation and help you out a lot. Now, of course, you want customers too. So I do the exit ask. Guess what happens if you're a personal injury attorney and you just handed them a big fat check? Guess what the next question should be out of your mouth is? Will you leave me a review on Google? In fact, you should make it easier than that. You should say, here's my phone. It's already logged in. You can just go to this app, and the app will take you right to our review. Can you leave me a 5-star review? And you got to say those words. Leave me a 5-star review on Google. And I bet you they'll do it like 90% of the time because they're ecstatic at that moment, right? And that's why I mentioned software. There's lots of software out there. I own some that I made my developer. He made some amazing software to make it real easy. We call it the exit interview or the exit poll. It texts them or it emails them, right after it's over. And then, like I said, the odds of them filling it out are very high, and you can push it. So it's just a great way to get more reviews. So you should do this on purpose. Okay, so if you have a bad review, so you need to respond. So my first thing, like I said, you need to, if with it, usually you need to have some sort of alert to know that you got a bad review. But then if you know who it is, make a phone call. Like, it is worth a lot of money to you and time to make a phone call and figure out what the heck happened. Now, it doesn't happen a lot in lawyers. It happens a lot like in plumbers. But, so if it happens, boy, you really better get down to the bottom of it and make sure you take care of them. Like I said, you need to fix the problem. Then you need to ask them to remove it, or at least raise the review to 3 or 4 stars so it doesn't kill your average. But if that doesn't work, you can't get a hold of them or whatever, then you need to respond. You need to respond to the reviews. So respond means this is exactly how we had. Yes, this happened, but we did this. Bam, 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 bam. This is how we solved the problem. I'm truly sorry you're still not happy. Please call my firm. I would love to talk to you more about this situation. That way, me as an outsider, somebody who's looking to do business with your firm, I can read your response and see how you handled it and go, yeah, he tried to fix it. The guy's just, he's just rude, which happens, right? So at least you need to respond to it on Google so people can see your side of the story. Otherwise, there's only one side of the story, and it ain't a good side. So, and then part 2, I already mentioned this, ask your clients for reviews. Don't be afraid to go get more. And if you get a bad review, you want to dilute it. So you definitely don't want the bad review to be on top. You want to dilute that as quick, as fast as you can. Go get 3, 4, 5-star reviews. And it should be very important to you to go do that. You should have some in your back pocket anyway, friends and buddies or old clients you've done, business with. Even another attorney. We have lots of attorneys that do reviews for both each other because they work with each other and they send referrals. So a bankruptcy attorney will send a referral to somebody else. A chiropractors love to give referrals to attorneys and vice versa. So don't be afraid to joint venture with some of them. And then, of course, I always say do something consistently with this program. Like, don't just haphazardly, oh yeah, I can't, I need to get a review. It needs to be consistent. Like I said, every exit, you can, have your staff do it or whatever, but you need to be consistent with it. Okay, we got to move on because we're running a little long here. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So the know part of it, how do you get people to know you? So, online marketing wise, you can offline, you can do networking, word of mouth, referral. You're probably doing all this stuff. Traditional media, which I still love. I'm very big into traditional media as well. Don't stop that. But online marketing is what we have time for today. So let's talk about that. So this is game changer number 2. So here's a stat. So how many times have you used the internet to find a local business in the last year? So if you look at this, at least one time or more, right, in 2017 is 97%. 97% of the people Google, they use the internet to find a local business. That's huge. Here we got another one here. So when we look at the share prospects who use the internet to find local businesses, this is kind of how it breaks down. Of course, TV still is big, but look how much it's shrinking, right? But then if you do desktop internet, then mobile internet, which you got to combine those two together, it's bigger. And then you got all the other traditional media. Again, I still believe in traditional media. It's just here's the trends. And we got some bigger trends than that. So LexisNexis, you can look this up. 76% use the internet to find a lawyer. This is specific to lawyers. On Bright Local, the another one, read a review before calling a local attorney. 88% will read a review. And then 71% decide to use a lawyer based on social media referral. That's from HubSpot, which one of the ones that I recommend too to check out. And then there's a 31% decrease in traditional media effectiveness over the last 10 years. I think that's a lot. So, okay, here's the 800-pound gorilla. 2 trillion searches annually, 2.3 million searches per second, 74% of overall market share. Here's Yahoo and Bing. I put that on there. So, because if Google's an 800-pound gorilla, Yahoo, Bing, which they're owned by the same company now, it would be like a 3-pound gorilla. I mean, it really is that dramatic of a difference. So the reason why we always talk in words Google, that's why, because they dominate, especially when you're looking for mobile search. 90% or 89% of all mobile searches are Google and around the world. This is just the U.S. Around the world, it's even bigger. 130 trillion websites, Spider. They're worth $507 billion. I wish I would have invested in them 20 years ago. But okay, we talk Google. Let's talk Google. Okay, here's all you need to know for SEO. It actually looks more like this. And you don't need to get into this, but let me teach you. So if you want to get on, I'm going to teach you how to get on top of Google Maps, but also how to organically Google factors things. So their algorithm has changed, and yes, they pulled out the engine. Not every year they pull out, but they pulled it out a couple months ago. They put a whole new engine in the thing, so it runs amazingly well. But it's all mobile based now. It's all based off of speed, and of course relevancy. And now it has a lot to do with location. But if you look at the top left-hand corner, this says content is king. It has been king, always will be king, and that's a big reason why you're going to rank. So that's your website. That's called on-page SEO. But if you look over here on the right-hand side, these are off-page SEO, and actually these ones have more value, believe it or not, more weight if you add them up than your on page. So I think it's somewhere between 60-40. 60% of off-page factors are the reason why you rank, in 40% on-page factors the way you rank. So off-page would be things like it would be like your social engagement. Does Google see you engage socially? Off-page would also be a link from another website pointing to you. This is how you gain authority, one of the ways anyway. So a link that's over here with LQ, the link pointing back to you could be from the chamber or the BBB, which hint, the BBB is an excellent link. Pointing back to you will give you authority. And the more authority that you have, the better your rankings will be. Get it? Got it? Good. There's more to it, but that's a good start, and I'll tell you how to do some of that. Okay, so how do you get to the top of the maps? Now, maps is a little different than just organic, but a lot of it's overflow, or it definitely both things affect both things. So number one, you need to get verified. So how you get verified? You go to google.com/business and then log in and make sure you're verified. More than likely you are. If not, just quickly do it, because I've seen where competitors will actually take your listing, they'll verify it, and then they'll get your phone calls. And yeah, that's a little shady. Hopefully that doesn't work in lawyers too much. I've seen that more in plumbers than lawyers, but it can happen. So make sure you're verified. Part two, make sure you have a correct category. A lot of people put down law firm as their category, which is fine. But if you're a personal injury lawyer, I would not put law firm. I would put personal injury lawyer or bankruptcy lawyer. So I would be more specific in your first category. I think you can have up to 5 categories now, but your first category should be the specific type of law that you practice. Now, if you're a big firm and you do everything, then just put law firm. But you get ranked easier, just letting you know, based off that category. Fill everything out completely. When I say that, I'm going to say it again. Fill everything out completely. It's going to ask you if you have a parking lot. Yes. Do you take credit cards? Yes. Are you wheelchair accessible? Yes. Fill all that out and more, because what happens, remember, it's just an algorithm, and Google's looking at it from a computer. Little bots are looking at it, and they think that for some reason that the person that fills it out more, this little Google verified listing, the person that fills it out more spent more time on it. They've added photographs. They've added all these videos. The person who spends more time on it, they decide to give them more weight. More weight means you can rank higher in maps. Get it? A little secret right there. And I promise you, if you do that, go look at your competitors. Since it's an algorithm, if they have 5 photographs, put 6 or 10. If they have 1 video, put 2. If they don't have any, put 1. But you need to beat them on the math when you're filling this stuff out. So fill it out completely. When I mean Fill it out completely. I mean, fill it out completely. Hours of operation, payments, photos, inside and out, da 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 da. Make sure you do your team and all that stuff. They love photos of your team, inside photos. I'm sure your offices are awesome. Make sure you show them off and put them in there. They want those photographs. Okay. I did mention this already. 5-star reputation, 5-star reviews in the competition for maps on top of Google Maps. It does matter. As you see, you can have a bad reputation and still be number or letter A, number one. But eventually it does weigh you down and you can't overcome it and your rankings will go down. So you want to make sure you have more 5-star reviews than your competition. So you need to stand out from the crowd. 26% of local law firms have a true mobile optimized website. Now this isn't that old. I think we did this from web.com was only like back in the fall of last year when this came out. Hopefully it's higher than that, 30% or whatever. But you need to make sure you're truly mobile optimized. It may be mobile responsive, meaning it will respond to mobile. It means it will change size, but it's not mobile optimized. So it needs to be mobile responsive, mobile optimized, and mobile compliance. The third one, that's the coding behind the scenes. Oh, it's not necessarily a visual thing, but make sure it's compliant with Google and it's happy. Like I said, a lot of law firms that I've worked with, they think they're mobile optimized, but they're not. It's old. So it's like buying a flat screen TV when they first came out. Yes, you have a mobile site, but it's like the first generation, and Google's like, that was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever. No. Oh, sorry, the TVs. So the websites, the mobile websites only came out 5, 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So there, that's old in the terms of internet. That's old. So if your site's more than 2 or 3 years old, the coding needs to be updated to be more optimized. This is very important for not just organic, but also Google Maps. 84% of local businesses with a mobile-friendly website see an increase in new business. Undoubtedly, that's easy to prove. So they will now demote it. So this happened last fall, I believe, September or something, where it used to be where it didn't, it was just one thing not to have a mobile site, but now it's actually a penalty if you don't have a mobile site, a fully mobile compliant site. So your site, if it's not built right, it's going to be penalized. I mean, they'll push you back on purpose. It's part of the algorithm. So that's something to pay attention to, I think. Traffic, all kinds of traffic. So you can see this is when we started working with a client early last year. I need to update this, but yeah, they just go through the roof because we're building these keywords. We're building this authority. Here's a different client we worked with, started late last year, and it just dramatically going through the roof. And here's the secret how we did it. We did it just exactly what I told you. We started building these links. We started getting these, you can get a link from a YouTube video. You can get a link from a blog post. You can get a link from, of course, social metrics and those kind of things. So that's how we started building this traffic and building their authority online and helping them get ranked. Okay. Game changer number 3, Google is forcing paid ads. Yes, they are. So I know I've talked to several lawyers and like, well, nobody clicks on the ads. They know their ads. Well, some people are not that smart. For one, they don't know their ads. But two, even if they do know their ads, they're actually clicking on them. So this is from Google. So I don't think they can lie to us. They're saying paid ads is 64% of all clicks. Now, I'll be brutally honest with you. I was like, there's no way. I just couldn't believe that. But it is. It's very high that click on the ads. That's why they're so dang expensive. That's why Google's $570 billion company is because of those ads. And most of your law firms are donating to that because it works, right? You're getting leads out of it. So here's some marketing stats. Someone looking for legal services, paid ads, 65% of all clicks. That's from WordStream. Visitors, 50% more likely to call than organic visitors, which, I'll take them both. You want them both, but don't be afraid of pay-per-click. And then 75% of people who find local helpful information in search results are more likely to visit the office, which is true. And we'll go down the lines. Okay. So Google is forcing paid ads. And so again, if you search personal injury lawyer Atlanta, you're going to get a very specific search term, right? And the ads are at the top, and we can do that. The ads are going to be at the top. There we are. So personal injury lawyers, no fees. And then here's another ad. You can tell by the ad, like I said, people know that it's an ad, but you can kind of see here. So I got this keyword search thing here. This is in this is like overall, I guess. Panama City attorneys. This kind of gives you a cost per click analysis a little bit. It's obviously not correct too much, but and this right here is actually an ad nowadays, which I I strongly recommend you be in. And then of course there's going to be some ads at the bottom too. Those people don't want to pay as much. They'll do some ads on the bottom as well. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go back to my little screen here. All right. Now, email marketing. I put this in here because you should be following up with all your clients. You should be collecting databases. And of course, if not, then get with somebody to do this. This is very, very important. So a lot of our lawyers send newsletters. They do blog posts. They do trainings and webinars when new things are coming out. Depends what type of law firm you are, but it's more relevant than not. Especially criminal and bankruptcy. Those kind of things are always good. So, all right, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Let's talk about the like part of it. Like, to me, is social media. That's how you get people to like you. So to get to know you, you're going to do pay-per-click ads and you're going to do SEO. That in other words, grow your circle of influence. You're going to do some sort of online marketing. Well, the like part of you, they know you, and you got to get them to like you. So how do you get them to like you? Here we go. Engage, interact, get it. Make sure that they know that you're real. Maybe I already mentioned this to you. You're going to do a good job of interacting with people out there in the community. And how you're going to do that is by association, by doing something cool. And so let me talk about this for a second. Association, and what I did is I actually, my company won the Small Business Chamber of the Year for the Pensacola Chamber. And Bobby Bowden was there to give a speech, and he gave out the awards or whatever. So I got to shake Bobby Bowden. If anybody doesn't know, it's FSU in the South. It's a pretty big deal down here in the South. So I got shake his hand, and he gave me my award. And then House of Representative Clay Ingram was there too, and so I associated myself with them. Now, people said I was, because they like FSU probably. Now, if they're Florida guys, Gator guys, they probably don't like me anymore. But what I did is, when I associated with them, they liked me more. So I posted that on my Facebook. I posted me shaking hands with Bobby Bowden winning the award. It went through the roof. And of course, I actually paid to boost that so more and more people would see it. So then later on, I'm out in the chamber meeting or something like, oh, yeah, you're the one that got the award. I saw that with Bobby Bowden, because it caught their attention. So association is very cool. And then when I say do something cool, philanthropically, I guarantee probably 95, 100% of you are giving in some way or another. You're either donating, you're doing a sponsorship for a lot of tea sign for a golf tournament. Two of my lawyers do an endowment. They gave like $1 million to one to FSU, but I mean two different their colleges. Gave an endowment. That is freaking cool. You know what I mean? So you need to brag about it. That's where you brag about it, is on your social media. Sometimes you donate just to the local United Way, whatever you're doing. Just post that kind of stuff, because now I like you more because you've done that. Now you're real to me. You're doing some cool things, and I don't see you as this stuffy lawyer sitting behind a big desk. I see you as somebody out there in the community giving back to my community. That's who I want to work with. That's who I'm going to call if I have a car accident or whatever it may be, right? So that's how you get people to like you more online, through your social media. Now you're going to ask me which one. 800-pound gorilla of social media is Facebook, of course. Instagram's coming in a close second and growing fast, but guess who owns it? Facebook owns it. So cool. So those are easy. I do like LinkedIn from business to business perspective, and you need to get involved. And then down the line, Twitter. I mean, the only reason why Twitter's still around is because the president, widow, died, but he took it, and everybody kind of followed it. But unless you're a celebrity, nobody's going to follow you on Twitter. Nobody cares. Now people follow celebrities on Twitter. That's kind of how they interact. So, and I think in your case, you don't need to necessarily do it. But what's really cool is there's software out there, and there's software for everything. One's called Buffer, and then one's called Hootsuite. It's free. You can hook up 3 or 4 different accounts, like your LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and then you make one post, and it will go to all 3 of them. So it saves you a lot of time. And you can have your office girls do this, or your paralegal, whatever, do this for you. How many posts you're going to ask me? My thing is 7, 10, 12 a month. You need a post for every holiday, and I'm almost sure that 4th of July will land around the 4th this year. Pretty sure that Christmas will be on the 25th, right around there. So you can book those in advance. You can schedule them a post out a year in advance. It doesn't really matter. So I would spend a day, schedule all these out for the year, all the holidays and all the things that you're involved with, national bacon day or whatever you want to get involved with. And then you can schedule those posts out, and that way you don't have to worry about it 6 months from now. Then when you do something cool, you're going to do fill-ins every single month. Okay, this month, what do we do cool? I have a happy client here. I took a video of him. I gave him a big fat check. So you take a video of him and post that, and then, put that out there. So that's it. So you can get them to know, like, and trust you that way. So, all right. So let's recap. So first off, you need to get more people to know you. That's your circle of influence. You do that by online marketing and offline traditional marketing, but you grow the circle of influence. Then you get them to like you and trust you. And you do that by having a 5-star reputation or close to it. You can't do this, right? You can't just put your head in the sand and then hope your practice grows. The world is changing, and I know you know this already. You can't do what you've done to get what you've always had, or whatever the saying is, because it doesn't work that way anymore. If you stay, there's no status quo. If you stay the same, you're going to go backwards, because the world is changing. So let me give you my little analogy, and this hits home for me. Hopefully it does for you. This was me, and I'm a business owner, and trust me, I own multiple businesses. My wife and I do, and I'm a marketing guy. So I used to go, okay, I got this cool new marketing thing, and I bought this software or whatever, and I would build this half-built bridge over to the pot of gold. This marketing thing was a good idea, and it was a good piece of software, and it would have got me some gold if I would have just finished it and followed through with it, but I didn't. And then I met somebody else, and hey, I'm gonna do this marketing thing. I'm gonna do whatever, TV or radio, whatever it is. And I kind of half-assed it and maybe did some of it, and it just didn't quite work. So the bridge didn't get built. Then I tried something else, right? So I don't know if you can relate with this. You got some other shiny object comes across your plate, and then it sounds good. Maybe it's Yellow Pages this month, or Reach Local, or Find Law. I hate to say that word. But and they for just $5,000 a month, we'll get you to the pot of gold, and you go to try to do it. Well, maybe it gets you a little bit, but it doesn't always get you there. So to me, it's all about finishing the bridge, right? So find something that is get you to the pot of gold, and finish it. So if you implement some of these things I taught you today, like if you go out and get those reviews, that's a full built bridge. I promise you will get more leads because you got 10 more reviews than your competitor is. One, it's going to help you with your SEO too. But two, when people search you, like I mentioned, they're going to see your reputation and pick you over the other ones. Even if you're not first, if you're at the bottom, they're going to pick you because of your reviews. So that's one thing you can implement now. Number two, the posts on Facebook, those kind of things. It's something that's an easy bridge you can do consistently. You can lay in there and get to the pot of gold, because it will help you. And I'm believing that it's an upward spiral. So once you start doing this, you'll see it that it's working, and then you'll do it more. An upward spiral. You'll do it more. You'll do it more. Or at the very least, you'll get it that it does have an impact, and maybe you don't have time to do it, and you'll call me and say, hey, Eddie, you do it for me, right? And I'm good with that too. Okay, and then you go get the pot of gold. Yay! All right, I put the number 73 on there because there's 73 ways to go get the pot in marketing. So 73 different things that we do. I need to come back to this. I'm going to finish with this. We're done. But let me tell you one story. So one of my favorite clients, and actually he was one of my first lawyers, he took a big chance on us. He was spending a massive amount with another ad agency that you can find on the internet to work with, that works with lawyers. And I was happy that he talked to me. He said, Eddie, I want to work with somebody local. And he asked me this question. He said, do you work with other lawyers? I'm like, well, yeah, we work with quite a few. He goes, no, in Pensacola for personal injury. I said, I do not. And I said, we have a strict exclusivity clause. And here's why. If I'm writing blogs and I'm getting you ranked for personal injury lawyer, and I'm doing pay-per-click for you for personal injury lawyer, I don't want to compete against myself, because there's all kinds of little secrets that I can do that will make me overcome the competitors in that niche. And if I have two personal injury lawyers in the same market, shame on me, because that's unethical. But that's what was happening to him. He had actually like 11 competitors buying the same package as he was in the same market. And he's like, I'm done with that. I'm done. I want exclusivity. I want you to focus on me. I want you to grow me. And he's like, I don't care how many personal injuries you have in all these other cities, but for me here, I want that. And I said, absolutely. And he said, let me tell you this. He says, I'm not even that, my expectations are set low. If you get me a few leads, if you get me, 10 leads a month, I'll be ecstatic and I'll buy you a shirt. And at the time, I was wearing a nice Robert Graham shirt, and he goes, I'll buy you a Robert Graham shirt if you give me 10 leads. Well, this is me and my operations manager Orrin, and he bought us both of those shirts, very nice high-end shirts, and he's actually bought me another one since then, because we got him way more than 10 leads per month. He's ecstatic, ecstatic. Now, I'll give you his phone number. You can talk to him. We work with a lot. He's given me so many referrals. We work with a bunch of lawyers that he's referred to us because we want to deliver results. And that's what we do. And we deliver exclusivity. So between those two things, I would like to ask for your business, or at least ask for me to put together a marketing, reverse engineer kind of what you're doing and put together a marketing analysis on what you have going on and see if I can help you make it better. And usually, 100% of the time, I can find something where you can make some changes, even if it's with your current agency, where it will help you grow your firm. And I'd be glad to do that for free. Again, if I get 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, I'll be happy to work with me. So no bones about it. So let me earn your business. I'll do whatever it takes. If you have any questions, please call me. And the number here is 850-462-5272, 850-462-5272, or go to lawyeradagency.com. And I want to thank you for showing up today. Thanks.